Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel Tech Pro SVB, that is Technical and Professional Knowledge with Professor SV Bhaskar. आज मैं ऐसा वीडियो लेके आया हूं जो आपको डेली यूज में भी आ सकता है. It is based on optimization techniques. Now in real life, daily life also, we sometimes come across with a situation where we have to make a choice among available alternatives. जैसे कि हम कभी मोबाइल खरीदने जाते हैं तो मोबाइल खरीदने के लिए there are so many options available in the market. उनमें से कौन सा बेस्ट है और कौन सा सिलेक्ट करना चाहिए, इसके लिए आप कॉस्ट देखते हैं, उसके अदर फीचर्स देखते हैं, लाइक व्हाट इज द मेगापिक्सल ऑफ कैमरा, देन व्हाट इज द हार्ड डिस्क ड्राइव अवेलेबल इन इट. सो ये सभी जो क्राइटेरिया है, बेस्ड ऑन दिस क्राइटेरिया वी मेक आवर डिसीजन. सो इवन व्हाइल बाइंग अ हाउस वी ऑलवेज सी along with cost what is the nearness of that house to the market, what is nearness to the school. So all these nearness to market, nearness to school, these are all different criteria. So based on these criteria we make our choice. When someone wants to buy a car, again in case of car there may be number of criteria. Along with cost there may be luxury, what is luxury offered by that car, or even what are the safety features in the car. So luxury, cost, safety features, these are all various criteria. Based on these criteria we have to make our decision. Now whenever we have to go for any optimization technique we have to decide weights of these criteria. So ये weight decide करने के लिए जो method use करते हैं वो है analytic hierarchy process, that is AHP. So आज हम यही method देखेंगे कि AHP use कैसे करनी है और AHP का use करके किसी भी criteria का weight कैसे find out करना है. For that I have developed a simple method using Microsoft Excel. Let us see how this method can be used with the help of Excel.
Let us begin with this problem. Here we have total of 8 attributes, namely wear, coefficient of friction, yield strength, compressive strength, surface roughness, hardness, then impact strength and adhesion. So these are the 8 attributes selected in this particular study. The first step is to determine objectives and decide the attributes. So attributes are already decided and objective is to find the best suitable material. So second step is to develop a decision matrix. So here this is the decision matrix in this case, which is dm by n, where 1 to n are criteria or different attributes and 1 to m are the different alternatives. Second step will be useful when we have to decide the best suitable alternative using either SAW or TOPSIS or any such method. Now third step is to develop relative importance matrix. Now for this we have to take help of this reference from Professor R.V. Rao, and here we decide the relative importance based on this definition. Like for example, intensity of importance can be assigned as 1 if the particular parameter is equally important with respect to the other. Similarly, a particular parameter can have intensity of importance 3 if it has weak importance over the other. Using this table, here we find this is the relative importance matrix decided. So this is total is the relative importance matrix. Now in this case we see all these diagonal terms are 1. The reason is if we compare wear with respect to wear, the value is going to be 1 because wear has equal importance with respect to wear. If we take COF, coefficient of friction, now for this study it is decided that COF has 2 value of intensity with respect to wear. So if COF has 2 value with respect to wear, then wear has reciprocal of that with respect to COF. For this we can take reference of this. If activity I has relative importance of Aij when compared with activity J, then J has importance of 1 upon Aij as compared to I. So we can see example in this case as COF has intensity of 5 with respect to RA. So RA will have intensity 1 upon 5 with respect to COF. So you can easily make it out. RA has its intensity 1 by 5 with respect to COF. So this is the way. Once we decide this relative importance, now then we have to go to the next step. Next step is to calculate geometric mean GM of ith row. Now let us see how to use Excel for this. Before calculating geometric mean, I have calculated these values. Now see, formula for this is product of all these. So product of all these values is this particular cell. So this particular cell is nothing but product of all this. We can see here in the formula bar, product of D4 to K4. So this is D4, so D4, and this is K4. So if we take product of all these values, we get this particular cell value. So likewise, all these cell values are obtained by taking products of all these values of relative importance. See here, geometric mean is calculated as that product value raised to 1 by n, where n is number of criteria. So geometric mean in this case for this particular attribute or criteria is 2.0871. Now how this value is obtained, you can see. If I double click here, I will get power of L4. L4 is this value. L4 is nothing but this value, L4 raised to 1 by n. So this value raised to 1 by n, where n is 8 here because we have considered 8 criteria. So 1 by 8 is nothing but, we can see, 0.125. Once we calculate geometric mean, next step is to calculate normalized values of geometric mean for a particular row, for ith row. So in this case, as we see here, we have to calculate geometric normalized values of geometric mean for ith row, which is calculated by using this formula. It is geometric mean for that row divided by summation of geometric mean for all the attributes or all the criteria. These are the values of normalized geometric mean. So if we see this value, it is M4 by M12. So if we see here, M4 is this value, this, divided by M12. M12 is this cell. So we can see M12. So here we first of all get sum of all these values, geometric mean values. Sum of all the geometric mean values is nothing but this cell and A2 matrix. And for this particular cell value, we see here this cell value divided by sum of all geometric mean values. So this is the way we calculate the normalized values of geometric mean. We have to now calculate matrix A3 and A4 such that A3 is equal to A1 into A2 and A4 is equal to A3 by A2. So here we see A3 matrix is product of A1 and A2. Now please remember here, A1 is this relative importance matrix. So this whole matrix is A1, and here we see this is the matrix A2. So here we see the first value, you can see here. So D4 into N4. So this is cell D4 and here this is cell N4. You can see D4 into N4 plus we have to take E4 into N5. So likewise you can see the formula. This is the way we obtain A3 values, D4 N4, E4 N5, F4 N6 likewise. So I hope you understand how to take product of two matrices. We have to take product of this into this plus this value into this plus this value into this and so on, because it is 8 by 8 matrix. This is 8 rows and these are 8 columns. So we can easily take product of this and easily find matrix A3. For you to understand, you can see this formula. So using this formula we can calculate matrix A3. Now to calculate A4, we have to take the ratio of A3 to A2. This is A3 matrix and this is A2 matrix. So we have to simply take values of this divided by this divided by this. Lambda max is obtained as average of all this. That's why the formula used is sum of all these values divided by 8, because there are 8 such values. So lambda max is the average of all these A4 values. Next step is to calculate consistency index. Now how it is calculated? Consistency index is lambda max minus n upon n minus 1. So this is the formula. This is lambda max, that is P12 minus n is 8 divided by 8 minus 1. So this is the way we get value of CI, consistency index. Next we have to find consistency ratio. So consistency ratio CR is given by CI upon RI. Now here RI is random index. Now random index depends upon the number of attributes. So we can see for 3 attributes the random index value is 0.52. For 8 attributes it is 1.4. In our case we have 8 attributes or 8 criteria. That's why we have to use value of Ri as 1.4. The Ri value is taken as 1.4, and that's why using the formula here Ci upon Ri, that is 0.1334 upon 1.4, you get value of CR, consistency ratio, which is equal to 0.0953. Now you might be having question, why to find this consistency ratio? The reason is whatever judgments we have made or whatever values of relative importance we have taken can be said to be consistent only if this value of consistency ratio is less than 0.10. And in this case, as we see, this value is less than 0.1. That's why all the judgments made to consider the relative importance are said to be consistent. Actually we had found the weights for different attributes here itself. So actually finding of weights was done at this stage only, but to check the consistency of the judgments made, we have to find the consistency ratio which is less than 0.1, and hence all the values of weights are said to be consistent. So as we see here, A2 matrix gives the values of the weights. So what I come to know from this, that wear has a weight of 0.2, COF has a weight of 0.26, yield strength has a weight of 0.04, and so on. Remember here, the sum of all the weights must be equal to 1. So here we see sum of all the weights is coming to be 1. Once we consider all these weights can be applied later on to find the best suitable alternative. These are only attributes, but based on these attributes we have to decide the best suitable alternative or best suitable available alternative. In that case we have to use these weights. In the next session I will explain you how to make use of all these weights to decide the best suitable alternative.
That's it. So I hope आपको ये वीडियो अच्छा लगा होगा. I hope you might have understood how to make use of this AHP method with the help of Microsoft Excel. अगर ये वीडियो आपको अच्छा लगा हो तो लाइक करें, शेयर करें, and please subscribe to my channel Tech Pro SVP. In next session, I will teach you how to decide or how to select a particular alternative among the available alternatives. Thank you.